go for both versus the best of the best. And with Vitality learning so much and beating their Haven, can they do the same here?
Well,
this is pretty much everything. This is everything. It's all on this map. Gonna see some pressure situations.
Corner cleared.
3-person stack over towards C, not too bad.
This is looking very good.
I mean, knife hits everyone, right?
And here's the chaos that they tend to thrive in, but Mr. Fallen's got 3! 4, in fact! He's stopping them all by himself! An ace in the opening round! We looked at his teammates to step it up, but he's done it himself!
Alright. Let's see it.
He has just absolutely obliterated
them.
His
my.
own utility, setting himself up. Sure, okay, there was a KO knife. Maybe the easiest assists we've ever seen.
Yeah, that was sick. What a way to start it.
You know what? I'll take 5 assists at the beginning of the round.
There he is, chat. When you get an ace.
But the IGL leading by example. Top of the board. The only man with a kill so far.
Big round to do it in as well.
Well,
what a hero.
not the way that Vitality would have wanted to kick things off. They had won the majority of pistols so far in this game. But he has just destroyed them.
The assist ace, yeah, the knife. The KO, the easiest assist you can get.
Had a good game previously as well, you know. He's not been playing bad in the series. He's always gotten like
Why are you jiggling it? Bro, he's celebrating.
Well.
Got an ace. Come on.
But that's a little bit more to ask of him. Now, Kiwi dropped right away.
Uh-oh.
You know, that little bit of an investment out of Sender, it's paid off already.
It's disgusting. One of the best Marshall players we have in the EMEA, probably in the world as well. He is so good with this gun. Whether it's the headshots or whether it's the tag. Good trade, though. Spike on the ground. A push up from Cracks. The assist master right now. Paranoia into the nade, but he's still stood
Tell you what,
there.
their util's pretty good at the moment. That was a nice hit.
The problem here is that Twiston's the one with a spike. So although Molsey's managed to take this space, they can't yet get in an afterplant.
That's got a blast pack to maybe try to cross, but I think they want that Viper wall up before that's going to happen.
Tell you what, the cut of sound here is pretty disgusting. Because at one point, you need to start wondering about everywhere.
Won't play any role. Vitality are set on the A site. The spike is making its way there. As I say,
they give them no info. Question marks just created around everywhere. This is nice. They create sound by breaking this, trying to fake that it's a B hit. Plant goes in.
Already a very successful round for Vitality.
A hard retake, really. They have guns though. Sender's in a really good spot. Omen Flash is still here.
The players are just closing in on site, taking the closer range angles.
And this is going to be a tough post plan. They're almost going to have to rely on maybe a warbang or two here. Spike tap, Nano Swarm is going to delay a little bit of extra time. They know for now that nobody's on it, but Sender's taken so much damage. They also know there's nobody within the smoke because they start to slowly pick them apart. Diffuse going to be
straight
coming
up
through.
sticking
Not
this.
really anything that can be done about it. And after a
Actually, he
shaky
handled
start
it
to
very
this
well.
round,
They look very calm into this one.
3 players still standing. Don't lose too much in the end, but Vitality boosted their credits a little bit and got a few orbs.
I mean, they lost 2 players, but they picked up Sheriffs as well. So there's an opportunity here to pass over some of that weaponry, make it not that poor of a buy. But they're going up a little harder on the investment. Gonna get some Spectres.
Okay, with their bonus, they want to shut down over towards C. Whether we're fighting or whether we're doing a trap play, let's find out.
This is where basically Vitality now have that advantage in terms of the rifles.
There's a smoke to go out here to block vision so they can late take.
They are going to take some early control. Just sat behind the Viper screen. Pop Flash is going to be going through. As you see that push instantaneously.
Pop Flash with Omen.
Getting that control back, and now Kiwi can get into
and
a
they get
fairly
real close to this.
Position.
Got any mates with you to destroy that? No.
Prowler through and he'll just have to scurry away, but
nice, that's a good way to get out. Wall goes in as well. And they put that Omen smoke on top of this as well. So they have denied information, but this is still a question mark for both teams. No one really knows about it. And Dark he was jump spotting, so it was like a little bit too wide. Would have been kind of risky. That's the problem.
This could be dangerous. The knife went out late on C. It went to Mound. It spotted nobody. And it started to look like Destrium was going to take space. Instead, he's just sitting here.
This is nice. They force one out over towards A, is what I'm saying in terms of question mark created here. They have a lot of map control, like literally all of this. Further taking a bit of a gamble that it's not a C.
Like this is a squad just looking for some engagements.
Yeah, and almost trying to play a little bit with the rotations. Timing here going to be absolutely everything. Through they go.
Whoa, what a setup.
In fact, Cracks combining with his teammate. A spray down. Spike gathered back up, but where do you even go with it at this point?
15 seconds. There's nowhere to go. Every site's covered now. The wall goes down. There's a gap open in the doorway.
10 seconds left.
You go to your spawn and take these weapons through. No chance. You're getting out of here with a victory.
Yeah, you got nothing else on. Nothing else on this. That's a nice upgrade. Oh, denied. But still, there's still one gun upgrade that can be taken. There it is from Mr. Fallon. Perfect round. They win the bonus. They get some upgrades. And Vitality survive with one person.
With minimal investments. I mean, I said while they were still shuffling weapons around a little bit, you know, we were figuring where the economy was at. They had 2 Spectres, a Bulldog, and 2
look
pistols.
at that.
And
Look at that cover
right
as well.
Should never have happened.
No,
they took a bit of a gamble with the C, right? They left us the Omen there. Mr. Fallon was just fine to just be here. Just cool, just stack heavy B, stack heavy A, and it worked really well. A little bit of a risk. Heavy pays off, they win the bonus for it.
Just going to be that single rifle. A lot of early utility trying to keep control of rubble early.
Blame that one on the no flash? Nah, this was just, that round there wasn't really anything to do with the no flash. It was just like what I said, right? They took a gamble over towards C and just had a 2-2 setup. That was it. It was just a gamble paying off for them doing really well over towards B.
But right now, Foot are getting away with everything they attempt.
It's going to be a little bit easier for Foot to play against the no flash, don't get me wrong, but this didn't feel like it was too much of it. Destrum 1 HP. Destrum throws his gun to someone else, right? Surely.
The response that they wanted on this site, the result they wanted more so. And yeah, certainly with Destry and Tag low.
This is a good rotate. Sender managed to get up pretty out. Sender managed to get a lot of map control pretty early. Ata's on his own with 40 seconds. He only has 1 molly. And if they overwhelm and get the gun as well, that's 2 guns for them.
Has a poison orb up, snake bite down in the door, but they've taken the space. They've taken the control.
They're going to put the pressure on. Even still, though, this is where he seems to thrive. 2nd kill already. Eventually, Sender will put him in the dirt. And actually, Twiston's found another. That rifle picked up prior. They're going to use the Viper's Pit. They know where this has come from. Cracks maybe a little bit wary to play within it.
They can get the spike down inside the pit. You really don't want the Viper to be planting this.
10 seconds, here it comes. Snake bite down, an attempt to drop that spike.
That's why.
And the kill comes in a second
Ozzy did great.
They've got to get in there and defuse.
Sender has double molly.
It's only Sender left.
1 molly now.
Once they find him, they could be able to take him down with the numbers. But pushing through that pit, this Stinger becomes so powerful. These players so much lower. There's a tag and the follow-up. Sender's got him.
No bullets on Moj. Nicely done from Sender. He got all of the distance as well, and it was very good from him heads up play in terms of making sure that Molesy had the spike to plunk, because he was always going to get traded, so everything was just really well thought about here. He's the person that had to win the round. They knew that if you go and plant this, you're probably going to get spammed at one point. At least traded for planting, so he did great.
Did he just pick up a weapon and go for a reload, or I doubt he ran through and just went,
I think he was just spamming. I think he was just spamming early on, and then he didn't have many bullets and was just hoping he would trade him.
To take. They now come in with a showstopper and have done some decent damage. Bear in mind, the economy for Foot was going to go crazy if they managed to win that round. Now, well, they lose this one and things get dicey.
I do like how much we're seeing at a captain shift around. Like, he's playing A side anchor last round, now he's on B to help out. You've got your wall up and ready to block off the A main control early on once they start to apply pressure right about now. You'd imagine they'll be coming up any second. Now, for this squad of Vitality, they're not looking at an A push, right? This is not a squad that wants to just run it down. Instead, they're playing this one much more passive. You're making noise on A, even sending Sender. Yeah, I mean, he's the right guy to send normally. He'll be your lurker. But on the Viper, it's a little bit different.
I would almost like to see them just get the orb on Molesy, use that lockdown, use that showstopper, have the ultimate sort of space-taking utility.
There we go. There we go.
And it's actually going to pull players towards it for now. Just an attempt to try and deny them that initial space. Mr. Farland, he's taken so many risks this series already. He's going to try and do it once again. Does actually get caught, but there's not really going to be an opportunity for them to pressure here.
No, there's no way for them to get close enough to
forced their way through this really well.
Man, he is back online already. Kiwi eliminating Sender. He had a good
Util was
spot
actually pretty
behind his wall,
decent for
but
this.
Kiwi was ready for it. Now rotating very quickly in towards his teammates. No, not even. He's going to look for an A lurk. There's no one there. No one that he'll see anyways. The fight on the side going their way.
Oh, Twiston uses his ult 2v5. Used his ult 2v5. Felt like he needed to use it earlier and create the... Yeah, I needed this ult to be used a lot earlier. Because the knife didn't hit him.
Rounds on the board for Foot. Both of these maps, they've had to fight back from behind.
Well,
this time,
that's a 1-9 loss bonus on top of this. Devastating for these two at least.
Their attack has been by far the stronger of the halves. They are struggling at the moment. The lurk being picked off immediately, and also just the risks taken once again. Mr. Fallen has been putting a spanner in the works of all of their plans. It basically expected to respect their utility, and instead he's just decimating them on the way through. Utility as well used to delay, and there's never really been a comfortable afterplan set up for Vitality thus far. Salah gonna take a pause, take a timeout. They've definitely had impact in this game so far. Think about the last map where it was being dragged back once again, pause taken, and Vitality managed to weather the storm. But we'll see if that's going to be the case this time, because there has not been a lot to write home about, and 2 players at the moment for Vitality still yet to get
I think
even an assist on the board, anything.
Further, maybe
this map as well, Tom, it was
it's a hard comp to play. This is the issue for Vitality. It's such a hard comp to play, and Fnatic really have it down, and I don't recommend it to other teams. And I think Further just playing really good at stopping these choke points. So I guess if we're looking at Vitality, they need to try and burn out some of these smokes a little bit earlier. I think a lot of this is about A for me. In my mind, Further playing really passive over towards A. I think they need to start getting out here really early on. I think it's going to help them.
Like, losing that last round is bad, but losing it when you put so much in, it's a different kind of sting.
Yeah, the Viper's
it just feels like they have so much space here. And yeah, the comp
struggles
struggles are getting out here, so why not abuse it? Like some B splits are kind of unreal on this comp, so it would feel like that would be great.
Early round has been just about farming up those ult orbs, and Mr. Fallen, well, I think that's his first kill since the ace. He won them the pistol, but even still, we've seen him have impact.
And here's the real... Oh, okay, sees Nate. He's made it out, but right in the sightlines of Twiston. Well handled. I like that response. You know, losing Destrian sucks because you run out of smokes. You've already got your Viper wall put down on A. It becomes very... You're not going B, I'll tell you that, with the Viper's pit there. So at this point, you know, you're kind of locked in on C for the time being. All your players are here. You've given up control elsewhere. Your turret ain't really getting you anything for now. When you push on through, this squad is ready. Snake bite down. It should force it back, actually. Krax gives up a lot of space. They don't want to be over-aggressive here. They don't need to be keen.
Moj, you're crazy. You're a crazy guy. You're a really crazy guy. Well, if they're giving you, that much space, I guess. And they're doing that.
Despite having a rifle to play with, he won't be playing with it for too long. 5-1. Foot getting better and better as it goes along. But
now we see what the pause is about. Are they just going to try and... Surely they go for a B split here. They're given A control. Let's take this. B split.
To try and catch players off guard. Again, I think that's
feels like it's the most obvious with this comp.
Adapting to try and catch players out. The problem is those gimmicks this time out are not working as well. The trades have been great. The rotations as well from Foot have been so fast that every time they think they have an opening in a site, there's still multiple players there. That is definitely something Vitality have tried to play with, but it hasn't worked.
We got to remember, last round they're coming in with pistols though, so their trading ability, it's not quite there. Their dueling ability,
free map control.
This time around though, rifles in hand.
They disrespect the one-way. With their own one-way, he had vision the whole time. C control, A control.
Null command online. They can apply a lot of pressure to this squad. Kiwi, he's gone out with the operator. He won't find anyone, but the information is just as valuable. Looking towards the A site now. These players are primed and ready. They're going to throw their utility at it. They're going to... Oh no, they're going to look the wrong way! Ada Captain's gone down! He thought Krax was covering it, but wrong. He was. There's the first and second for Krax. But it's only recovering on the fumble earlier on. The advantage still sits with this attacking side. They've got the plant and the post plant. Huh?
Burn code with the plant. Gets that. Yeah, at least falls back with it.
It's still going to allow them that extra little bit of space, but no sound to be had. They don't actually know necessarily that they fell back through the door.
I was going to say, mate, they really want to smoke here.
Spike tapped as they look to get back
in. Flash, they got it half. Molly comes down.
To half before the util comes through, but even still, they have managed to find one. And whiff shot initially from Kiwi, and the gun change isn't going to help. It's
much better than Vitality. When do Foot stop playing A aggro? That's the real question here as well. And Vitality can kind of just take this for at the beginning all the time.
I kind of start that out. You know, I see them throw the Nightfall. I think you're going to push
Yinsu asked me something?
But no, it was just information. Two players up front.
What the hell is a hot pot?
Caused by that, you can't hear anymore.
It's also lack of it, because the second you do that, you can obviously it shows up on the map the stuff that basically the doors being open, but you don't know how many players have sprinted through it.
What is it?
You just don't know where they
Chat, stop question marking me. Someone give me some info.
While being low HP and obviously deafened at the same time.
Good smoke as well by Destrian. He caused a lot of problems for Kiwi, who would have had a kill. I'll say that without a shadow of a doubt.
What kind of food's in this hot pot?
But he smoked him off, put him in an awkward spot where he had to wrap through the side, and that's why we saw him take that weird fight where he's aggressive with the op, swap into a weapon.
It's just like K-Barbecue. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm done.
Does it follow through on the side push? We've seen them double back before. Snakebite down inside the orb.
Boss man.
Wonderful.
Oh no, the sounds, everything was wrecked. Omen flash, everything.
The snakebite
sight here was too good. They're back. They are back. I think they kind of predicted that in reaction they were going to go over towards fast A, then that C would be weak here.
Almost bone cold. Maybe a little bit lucky to be alive, but this is one of the first times we've seen an actual retake having to be attempted for Foot. For the most part, they've been winning these rounds out before the spike can even go down. So many players.
Don't know what a hot pot is. Already food basic, yeah, man. Is hot pot in Valorant? No. Why would I know what it is?
They've got to fall back.
Is there a hot pot game? Not that I know of.
Isn't a terrible scoreline to leave Vitality on, but if you throw your weapons away for this, you might be looking at an even scoreline a lot quicker than you're ready for. Opportunity to fight.
There is a hot pot game.
If they save all three, and I believe they will. Operator on Maj as well. He's just 10 HP. So
mobile games, come on, man.
Be seeking any kills
come on.
As these players come swinging around.
That's not me.
Instead, they'll just be tucked in the tree, hibernating till the next round, and also wall banging. But you know, I'll give him that.
Just attempting something, but. Instead, it's going to be the rifle dragged over. I'm really like it. The thing is, that
single player games. Come on, you got me all wrong.
A little bit of a switch up. I think
this side here was cool though. This util was great.
That came through. I think it was that initial prowler that finds out that somebody's there, and then the second that happens, paranoia. Yeah. You also have the molly, and then you have the nade as well. So just basically using that utility to get them that initial kill. Something they've clearly, well, maybe stolen from a couple of other teams or just had ready themselves.
But also, yeah, a different position that they throw that util through than what we saw before. And I think just adapting almost ahead of time. Hello, good spot by Sender, but a weird fight. A big whiff coming out of him as he falls out of Captain, claims the A site for theirs. The rotates can happen, they can come through.
Two back-to-back rounds really worked out well.
That was bold, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I think that nade maybe needed to come through a little bit earlier. Now it's just reliant on individual brilliance to give them any little semblance of hope here. Twistin looking for something, but multiple players stacked up on the angle, and if anything, it looks like they're going to potentially rotate back. I'm getting questions now as to
no one bought any of that.
Plan to go. They haven't baited a rotation whatsoever.
I mean, there's still two firing squads waiting for them on the way through here. And of course, Mr. Fallen's
they really need a clean round like this as well to get the money back. Stacking up some heavy score on the defense.
6 rounds on the board as Foot. They push closer to a strong scoreline. As I say, I am certain. I mean, hell, we've got the evidence in this exact matchup that Foot perform better on the attacking side. It's what they did last time. Vitality plugged all the holes of their defense. Unlikely.
This round just seemed like mass gambles. Like you had Sender basically hoping that he could catch any level of aggression. Didn't work out. Maybe thought he had a timing. And then just a huge risk from Destrian to try and find something back in the round, almost just assuming that someone had been moved off the point.
Aggro over towards A again. They've been mixing it up well though.
Helped him out, but either way, not a great look for Vitality. 3 rounds on this attack.
Early information to be.
Starting to run away with this and
has a setup behind him if he wants to get out of there.
they're not making a ton of pressure on A. I think giving the opportunity for Destrian to catch
What
over
the hell are you talking about?
Maybe pick some kills.
This is nice. We're going to have to see a big retake. That's all cancels there. Yeah. Okay, all instantly cancels the Razor. That's nicely done. Looking like a beast bit at the moment. They pulled Kiwi off of this angle. Omen can kind of walk in. Does Mosh. Yes, he does. Gets the most important kill. Now they might force over towards A.
That is a tragedy we've just witnessed.
Yeah, and again, that they haven't moved. Cracks waiting.
Honestly, they're still in an okay position here. Sender has Molly, double Molly and smoke. They don't plant for him, but he gets the smoke down. On the spike, he has double Molly from here.
As they start their move.
Drop down on the flash. Safe corner.
Oh, this is kind of nice as a smoke.
I like this.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, he had no fuel. Mate, he looked as surprised as I was that went down so early. Hey, I like that as an idea, though. You think that the smoke's just on the spike itself and it overlaps? Pretty cool. Gonna want to stick the smoke up for a little bit longer than that, though.
They'd show up in, because we've seen it before. Half 2 doesn't get any better.
No, this is already starting to look like Foot have got, well, they've got 1 foot on the plane. That's all I'm gonna say. They look like they are ready to go. A squad that have been fantastic.
Oh, it's because he died.
A surprise, I'd say, especially after not really making too many changes.
But then maybe, I would love to know how low that fuel was. Who knows?
Main starter for the roster, and well, to say that he has not been a huge
shut down over towards A again, like this.
7-3 up.
Yeah. And every time they take out over towards A once, they just make sure the next round is just shut down over towards A. They don't have anything to back it up, though, even though they did use the Omen Flash into this. So, what? Oh, God, he's going to get another one. Jesus.
He has been a sheer irritation from the very first.
They lose both their smokes.
As well. They are starting to run away with this map. And they're already waiting on that cross. Mr. Farlin not going to overface here.
They're all coming into a Maj! He's got so much damage and support from Kiwi as well!
This is an incredible score at the moment.
They can do wrong with another flawless round for Foot. Supposed to get better as the game went on, but Vitality are struggling to find their footing, slipping away from a lead that they once had long, long ago on Haven. Things are crumbling here.
Yeah, and you can see the confidence just getting bigger and bigger on that footballer's side. We've said it already, when they get going, they're very difficult to stop, and there doesn't seem to be any breaks on this train at the moment. 8-3 on their defensive half. You mentioned it already. Their attack is normally where they thrive.
And funnily enough, I mean, it could be a 9-3 half again. They'll do it on the attack for the first time, and now on the defense. Surely Vitality can deny it. Here we go. They've caught Kiwi. No more of the same trickery of the free information.
It's a nice start.
With the fast rotation.
Could have another 8-4 half.
Take the risk. Now Foot needs someone else to step up.
The funny thing is he's got 3 kills. So
it's the information. He's constantly had them put in a box.
In terms of stepping up,
the bait off the turret. Do they expect him close left once they clear this? Oh God, they might not even.
Ready and waiting. They know that there's a man here. Marsh is going to have to be forced off the angle. Will do so. The thing is, there's 3 players within this piece.
Killjoy.
They were waiting patiently. They've got
Killjoy, 1 away from Viper, 1 away from
I mean, it was a timing thing there with meeting so much resistance.
How are you going to lose this one?
Started to rotate to the A site. Now, though, looking elsewhere, looking back towards C. This has been left wide open, bar the utility blocking for the last 30, 40 seconds. But now, when Vitality
Alarm bot, Molly's up. Not anymore. Satchel. Hey, Satchel didn't clear it.
There could be an angle here, a workable
angle. Oh God.
He's destroyed the lockdown just like that.
He destroyed the lockdown and he got a kill on top of it. Oh!
But it doesn't matter. He'll still deliver the kill.
Keep an eye on the time, 14.
Oh. We need out a captain to shut this down, and he'll get both. 9 on the board for Foot.
Mate, how have Vitality not won that one? That is wild. Oh boy. 9-3. Atta 1v2 at the end.
It feels like there's a bad omen in this game.
Wow, there's a good one as well on the other side. It is 4 kills for Twistin in this round, and that results in a loss.
Man, that's incredible that Bone Cold goes down there fast.
Of Foot, the one team in there. Just
you can't believe it.
Oh, the commiseration straight to elation from the side of Foot.
Yeah,
As every time there seems to be a member of their roster to
need
save
a big,
them when they need
big
it.
little pep talk here at the halftime.
And that's the thing.
There it is, coming in.
This Vitality roster, they've had highs throughout this season, but have they had comebacks? That's the question. That's the one thing I think has always been missing from this team is that they will blitz opponents. It feels like they can beat anybody on any map at times. But can they dig deep when they need it the most? No, never. That's not been their way. So we've now got to look to Salah. We've got to look to the IGL of Bone Cold and say, okay, what have you got? You've done this at Champions. You've proven that you are the best of the best when it comes to leadership. But do you have it in you now as Foot look, well, 4 rounds away from making it to Japan? And I'll be real
What kind of pep talk we talking? Am I doing? Mate, I'll just tell Yampi to bark for 2 minutes.
Had 3 kills. I hadn't even noticed there's 4 deaths.
Get him fired up.
I've barely seen anyone. 4 assists as well, stuns coming through. But you know, for Vitality, one of the things that I'll point out, this game itself, and this map, it brings so much pressure to it. Got off to a rocky start, snowballed from there. There are 3 players on their squad who total 5 kills between them, if we add that up. That is, it's unheard of in a half. And I think that just goes to show that at this point, Vitality, they need a mental reset. They need to come into this half and show us something better than we've seen from them on Lotus ever before. And again, they have to fight back against the precedent that was set by Foot last time on this map. 9 rounds on their attacking side. They closed the game out easily on their defense, and now they're starting 9-3.
Mr. Fallon gives us a wink there as well. Is that how confident he is right now? Damn. I think I saw that
what they had last time.
out of the corner of my eye.
And that's the thing, as said, beginning of the season, a roster that made barely any changes, add a captain.
Not a bad addition.
A team that just about scraped through the VRL finals. The team they're playing against changed nigh on everyone. And now they might just be with that
Vitality.
Roster they
Step 1 as always.
Making their way through, but they still have a few more rounds to go.
Well, the paranoia from Destrian not having the same impact as Mr. Fallon's in the pistol, but I think we can forget
Nah, not tomorrow, Fio. Not tomorrow.
Still online for Mr. Fallon as well. When they make this
They've done this pistol 6 times. There's no way. There's no way, Mini.
There goes the paranoia up towards heaven.
6 times? There's no way.
Vitality have Destrian on 1 HP, but here comes the whole Twistin.
Every Lotus game they've done this pistol, that's sickening. Come on. And you...
The newest addition
Damn,
to this
dude.
roster now
Okay.
to 1v5 in front of him, Tom. And,
you don't even change it up for this one? 6th time?
In this series, look, 10-5 right now on this map. But maybe a bit much with a classic to take down the whole enemy team. Let's give him a shot.
Oh, so if he had a ghost, you'd believe.
Frenzy, I think he gets it.
You believe he would 1v5 ace with all 5 players in the same place with a Frenzy?
2 of them are low.
But then again, you are an Odin believer, so you know. You're already a bit off the
I just think he just needs to get that Frenzy and spray. All right? That's all he needs to do.
I like this, though. Just, you know what? Just go on an orb collecting mission. Just run around the map. The thing is, he does kind of need to die at this stage. Not really worth holding on to that weapon to end it. Then you know what? He's taken Twisted as well. See how many he can get? The others are running away. They're out of there. They're like, you know what? I don't want this smoke. Oh, no way. No way.
He had a Frenzy there.
Jesus.
I think he would have been dead immediately. that has got to make you sweat. That has got to make you sweat.
Imagine that's how it went down.
He's 1 off 5%.
He's 1, oh my god, he's 1 off 5%.
He's 1 off 5%.
What?
This has to be some of the cleanest classic play I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was
and he
crispy.
wasn't even using the right click.
2 orbs of death and plenty of kills.
God, could you imagine the stress on that one? Holy hell.
I was looking at Salah's face. Salah's face was
yeah, well, they have a big ult into next round.
Wow. Hopefully not a sign of what's to come if you're a fan of Vitality.
Oh look, Ada Captain could afford a Sheriff this round.
Could he? I wonder where he got all that money from.
Oh, yeah.
All those
a few
creds.
extra credits. Yeah, he doesn't even need to go around collecting orbs because he's guaranteed got the Viper's Pit unless he decides to save, said Sheriff. There we go. Got there in the end.
Unless he decides to shave.
They know that someone's pushed up on seat. And how what a round it'd be to have that Viper's Pit online, but Ada Captain's not going to waste it here. This is when they know they should lose. But at least getting a plan through. Already a positive. Nade's going to cause problems. Going to send them running, send them scattered. And when the fights come down to it, now that they've got shields, now that they've got some rifles, you imagine they won't get all too much done. How much damage will be found? Very, very little. In fact,
Twiston's 2 away.
Vitality. They've allowed a plant, but
Twiston is 2 away now, 1 away with this as well. So Ata has his ult, Twiston 1 away. So if they wanted to do a bit of aggro over towards A, get the orb, there's a definite chance of doing that. It's probably the easiest one on the defense to get if you're doing. I mean, it's nice to get A control anyway on top of it. Yeah, look at them. Everyone's talking about it though. Further pinging this one. So looks like maybe they've done this before in terms of when they wanted to get up 4 people. Crunch over towards C potential.
More important than ever for Vitality. If they can win this one with the weaker weaponry they have, they might just have a way back into this game.
They ran a pistol 6 times in a row. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Viper's Pit. I think Vitality will benefit decently from being able to get up close. They've got a lot of silencers, like 3 Spectres brought in as well, and that's a hell of a pain to come up against. Now, I do think that it's a good enough idea if you manage to grab some kills early round just to secure the victory, because like your old cycle is normally coming into round 3 or 4, you're going to have 1 or 2 that you can pop, and you'll get them back online. You'll have your teammates' ultimates coming through. But he's so far ahead of everyone else on the team now that I really don't mind if he just keeps it. They can dedicate those orbs to other players. Movement up towards A close fight here for Sender. Spraying, the silencer keeps him concealed for now. He's not able to find a kill, but at least holding good. Falling back and allowing Malzy to grab that frag instead. Ada Captain dancing around the site. Great positioning. That's 1 for free.
Welcome to my world.
Viper's Pit used, but he's actually just escaping off the edge of it, and everything looking squeaky clean up until Deathstream manages 1. Sender gonna throw out some util. The spam not far away. A very low HP Ada Captain sits within.
30 seconds left.
And they're instantly gonna flee. Viper's Pit no longer worth it. And Sender has a decent idea on that rotation, but he's got to be so careful of not only the player behind, but also the 2 that sit within the site.
5 HP on Ada Captain. He is super, super passive, playing out towards the spawn, just essentially a recon dart.
Okay, nicely done from Foot. Vitality did okay in terms of damage. Not too bad, 2 rebounds, so this is the big one.
10 rounds on the board for this squad.
Twiston has his ult.
Now that was a round that they should have won, and the way Vitality played their economy, absolutely, it ends up being
that Omen flash was sick.
Early ult out of the way, but it's now or never. And if the pressure has been getting to these players at all, if it has had an effect, this is the moment where it's going to be most noticeable, where they'll pay the biggest price. A showstopper in their back pocket, and a chance here to close the gap on Foot.
The A control, fight for C. They take map control from map control. They set up Twiston over towards C, and they can heavy rotate into this.
The steps heard by Sender, and he doesn't have a lot of support.
Where's Sender's smoke?
Control was a battle in towards deep sea.
Where is this the attack?
But they're gonna have a lot of players here.
Wow, they tried to contact walk all the way through. Yeah, it felt like they had a bit of a read on this one. First big buy round makes a lot of sense when teams do it. And it...
Huge to at least grab that one.
Jeez, 5 HP.
A little closer than I expected it
would have been devastating.
It's going to be an easy kill, I guess.
Yeah, they got Twiston's ult to retake this.
We'll know exactly what happened. Showstopper, Showstopper used.
Oh, dodge the Omen flash of it as well.
Actually, ended up going over the paranoia. Hasn't gotten the much though. Defuse tapped. Halfway now. Poison orb up.
Sticking it.
In, and there's the kill. Bone Cold and Twiston both falling. The time, I think they got it half though, right?
Yeah.
It's very close. So they don't have to be terribly worried about it. Smoke goes up. Spray in. Mr. Fallen good for 1. Ada Captain with the other. Foot on 11 now.
Money's not here.
Just 2 more needed. And they can start looking at what time do you want to fly in the morning? What are you thinking? more of an afternoon flight kind of guy.
All right, last time out for them.
Vitality. This is where Salah can earn his big bucks. What has he got left in the locker? I think at this point it doesn't even come down to counter strats as said. We've seen him be able to break apart Foot on the previous map, but this is where they need some inspiration. This is where someone needs to light the fire within their bellies. Maybe just give them a moment to think about what's on the line, calm the nerves a little bit. And for Foot, well, you could see the seriousness on one side and the smiles that have been across the Foot players. I think they know coming into the season, the expectations that were had, as said, the ownership, they believed in them. They believed in the players they had. They believed in the longevity of this team, and they were right to. They have leveled up massively across this season, but also from the team we saw playing throughout the Tier 2.
NRG maps, Bind, Haven, Split.
Now look to head to a Masters event, something that none of these players have managed to do before.
Yeah, I guess
what
that
an
makes
unbelievable
sense.
accolade for this squad. I think without a doubt the most
Man, Haven will be a
successful
sick game
team
there.
that we've had to date. Just look at the results all throughout this season. But locking in their slot to a Masters event
Feels like it's
over Vitality.
feels like it's gonna go 0-1 at the beginning though. NRG are kinda sick of that map in terms of Bind.
Level of this event. Well, he's got 4 kills right now.
Low buy here
for
Vitality.
Stepping it up massively. And Ada Captain leading that charge. I said, you know, his breach last game, you might look at him and go, oh, but he wasn't killing anyone. He's trash. Just look at him now. Snakebite in. Oh, it's dangerous for Kiwi. He's gone straight into their utility. But he still finds Molsey. You know, that could have been the kill for Vitality. Could have been a weapon picked up instead. Back to square one.
It's the only one with a gun, and that's already gone. The rest with stingers, a pistol. Oh, Sanders managed to kill, but that is all she wrote. Just Bone Cold remaining.
That's crazy. It's madness that Kiwi still gets this entry.
Has been taken. There's a firing squad on the other
What
side.
the?
Somehow he's got 3.
Oh god, he gets all out.
The Nightfall sent
Got
through.
no Prowler to
That's
follow
the
that up.
information he needs.
Has a reveal.
Utility to play with, but post-plant util on the other side. He's not going to be able to hear that spike being tapped, but it won't matter now. That time has been bought. Bone Cold looking to try and pull off a miracle, but he has to take down that turret. Time being bought by Moj, but he's just sticking. He's holding it all the way through. Bone Cold, he's not gonna get
My god, that was close.
at the very last second. An incredibly nice try, but Moj
That was real close. Not even worried. Moj timed it perfectly. Internal clock ticking.
For that one to go across the line. I thought he had it.
That's crazy close. I would love to know what the actual number is on that. I mean, look at it.
Oh my god, what?
No, he must have an internal clock. A single bullet goes astray. He whiffs not even
one tick.
Yeah, he whiffs not even.
Right, 7 chances
a body shot and a headshot. That
for
would have been
Tokyo.
enough.
Oh man, that's ridiculous. What a nice try from Bone Cold. For Vitality, though, that might be all this series comes down to. A nice try, but elimination now facing them. 7 in a row to get back up, play an OT, and try to win it here. Send themselves to Japan. What a task that sits in front of them. And Foot, they just need
this
to
on
tip it
stage,
over the
yeah,
edge
they're
now. They've
buying
done all
comms
the
sick.
hard work.
As long as it's not Keith Joy, it's fine, I'm telling you.
Maj is going to have his lockdown, Tom. This could get very, very scary for Team Vitality.
There's basically nothing on the other side. A Viper's Pit, a lockdown not too far off from Molsey, but I think by the point he'd get it, they would already have got themselves
Killjoy on the attack.
into a decent spot. Lots of util available.
It's a lot about this nade.
Ready. Nano swarms as well. They are waiting for some form of contact. Timing going to be everything.
Kind of want to set off the mollies so they go back and then you time it.
And as they run through,
Okay, they managed to combo it pretty well in the end. Got a good amount of damage. They do lose map control though, and they don't have much map control. They flash over towards Waterfall, but they don't get anything. Sorry, Secret.
Oh, the paranoia too.
Oh, that flash is good.
Rob Maj of any information. The fall not there. No. Kiwi's turned and got the kill. That might just give them the chance to close this out. Halfway defused already. Mr. Fallen has to deny it. He has to pull this player off the spike. He's done it. It's halfway though. And there's a player to defend. There's Malsey finding that kill. Plenty of time left.
That
Another
nearly
chance
went.
for Vitality.
That one nearly went wrong.
Really nice work from them. Realizing where that lockdown would likely go. Combining utility all the way through the round.
Okay, we'll count it down. 7 chances.
Nade on point,
7
Nano
Tokyo
swords on
chances
point.
to 6.
Everything worked out for them in this scenario, but they have to do this 6 more times. They have to deny foot 6 more times.
I mean, you know what sucks about that is in this round here, a lot of their potential stems from that initial engagement, from having two nanos
Atta
on the
one away
floor,
from
dropping the
Viper.
nade shallow, so it's killing the players who are pushing. The guys who stay outside
They're doing
can
a
do
lot
whatever
of
they want.
C
And they
early.
maintain the side control, and even if they lose it, at least they get the kill. They get a ton of damage onto the rest. That's a good initiation from Vitality, but you won't have a predictable thing like a
Pedestrian
lockdown
here.
next time.
Does he want to
Instead,
Omen
it's gonna be
Flash?
things like this. Players
Nearly got
swinging out
caught.
wild. Good thing to at least check
What?
up top, make sure he
He
wasn't there. He
refaced?
came swinging from another orb, but he falls right after.
Good trade. Twiston spotted, but he's going to win that battle. Moj a little bit ahead of anyone else, trying to punish and failing. A man advantage in play now for Vitality. Bone Cold, the contact wave.
There's no way. There is no way that Cracks gets those 2 kills. He's just taken them. He's just taken them to Tokyo.
This might just be done. It's left onto Sender. The world
How's that
on
even
his
possible?
shoulders here to try and save Vitality. A 1 versus 3.
Smoke's gone out to the right side. He's at least left open. Final chance for Vitality. 5 more after this round. It's an uphill battle. And he can't find anybody. That time is ticking away. They've got the setup here. A Viper's pit to come in and crack.
What a round from him. There we go, Tokyo. And honestly, that's sick from them. Like, they did so good.
And Foot are going to Japan.
They've been looking so good the whole season.
This has been a project
It's definitely deserved.
that has been worked on. That has been
Mate, Cracks really stepped off in playoffs. It felt like he was relatively quiet in the split, but in playoffs, man.
Around for a while. They have been climbing the ranks. They made it into that VCT, into the franchising, into the partnerships.
Yeah,
And we
Tokyo
looked at this
and
roster
Champions
said, okay,
chance.
What can they do here? What
Get in
can
there.
they do facing off against
Who's
the
this
best
dude, bro?
of the best in EMEA?
Nearly stacked it on the way in.
They made it to Masters. They made it to the first Masters since the partnership has begun. And honestly, sky's the limit at this point. I don't think many people would have expected them to get this far.
No.
You look at the likes of other teams that are making their way through, the likes of Fnatic, the likes of Na'Vi and FPX who've been around for
Yeah, it's gonna
like
feel
decades at
devastating.
this point.
Last chance
Team Liquid,
qualifier for
they've
these.
been to multiple LAN events. This is their first time looking to try and make it through to an event like this, and they absolutely nailed it. And for Vitality,
Hey, good
it
on
is
them.
hard.